Hi there, it's Mary Charleson here from 5minutemarketing.com. Welcome back to the 5-Minute Tips series. This week I'm taking a look at Clubhouse, but from a different perspective than I have in the past. Those of you who have read my blog or followed the YouTube tip series will know I did a fairly extensive post around Clubhouse as an audio app and kind of the marketing strategy around it for growing your personal brand or using it from a marketing perspective. But this week, I want to take a look at it from a consumer qualitative research perspective. Now, I'll go into that more in just a second. But first off, I want to take a step back and take a look at audio apps in general and why we're seeing so much interest in them. So Clubhouse is an audio app. Think it's available on your cell phone, Apple only at this stage, although they say Android is coming in May 2021. Think talk radio meets podcast with the interactivity of social media combined. It's a space that's heating up very, very quickly beyond just Clubhouse. Twitter is in the field. They're rolling out Twitter Spaces. Shark Tank investor Mark Cuban has launched Fireside. And even Facebook is rumored to be getting in on this with a version in beta, apparently to be called Hotline. Now, and even LinkedIn, and this one actually gets me really kind of excited, LinkedIn is also apparently looking at adding an audio app feature to the mobile version of LinkedIn on the phone. When you take a look at what's going on in the industry insiders actually say there's at least 36 audio apps that are either in development or have been launched in beta form in the marketplace. So undoubtedly, this thing has taken off. Now, eMarketer in the States estimates that 2% of US adults are on Clubhouse, which doesn't sound that impressive, especially when you compare it to something like Facebook, which is kind of omnipresent and has, according to Pew Research, 69% of US adults are on Facebook. So it's kind of chump change compared to that. But what's got the interest of trend watchers is its exponential growth. If we take a look at Clubhouse in May 2020, they had about 1,500 users. Not very much. But by March 2021, that had grown and swelled to well over 10 million globally. So there's a reason why all these audio platforms are kind of sprouting up. So, but well, there's been a lot of focus around the crazy uptake and growth and people wanting to get on there and establish their brand and their personal identity and using it because it's the next kind of big thing is what they're estimating. I think kind of something that is overlooked is the fact that it allows us to listen in and enter conversations. They're not recorded, right? And so people's guards are down and they're speaking freely. And people on Clubhouse are consumers of products. And I think the potential there for qualitative, informal, observational research is huge. In fact, if you do it with intent, listening with intent, it could be really interesting. So what I thought we would do is actually go over and take a look on Clubhouse and take a look in and just do kind of a bit of a live check-in and see what this means. Now, obviously the algorithms are right now kind of adjusted for my interest areas. But you can go in and you can drop into many other things. So let's just go over and take a look and see what might be going on there. So here we are taking a look at the Clubhouse audio app. And what now I've got, it's just kind of just browsing through here. There's something here. It says the social audio analytics is the topic in the JAF Club. So let's just drop in there. It looks kind of interesting. Mark Schaefer, one of my guys that I've got a lot of time for is talking. Let's just listen up.
You don't do that. You have the ability through the app perhaps to find an episode on demand and download it. You have the ability perhaps to be able to go and seek that out.
But Miss Joelle there. So they've got panelists speaking.
You know where it is. It is the reliability
and then the ability for all these other folks to potentially come in and join, ask questions.
And that's even more important. And I will just share with you one insight. For those of you that,
so if you haven't been on it,
I'm not all in on social audio.
But if I take a look there, I can just leave out of that room, but I can also go over here and what's another one we could drop into? Let's see. Oh, here we are. Mind the gap. How old is too old when dating, right? And so like you can get into all sorts of,
and I think what you're talking about now,
interesting stuff, right?
Kind of when is it okay? Because when you look at,
we're just going to leave quietly there. But you know, smart speaker. Let's see. Increase your know, like, trust factor with dream clients, personal brand versus business brand.
The evolution and what I've
right.
Now,
and you know,
I've been in sales for a while.
There's lots of people on there talking, and but let's just kind of leave here quietly. You get the idea, right? And what's interesting here is the opportunity to go in and just look into different kind of cultural groups, go globally. I mean, it goes beyond just sort of talk. There's also entertainment, there's comedians, there's music. To me, it's like a big global petri dish of what is going on there in society and dropping into conversations. So I think there's tremendous opportunity here to do a little social research. And you could host a room, right? You could host a room and a conversation and a moderated panel, and sort of, it's almost like a focus group, essentially in an informal kind of capacity. Or you could just go on and drop into rooms in areas either geographically that are interest to you for your business, or in areas that are of interest in your, the areas that you sell. Like if you're in recreational goods or stand-up paddleboards, there is a group for stand-up paddleboarders. Hikers, that kind of thing, and see what they're talking about, and you're going to get the real honest conversations that you may not find in a polished form on social media. So that's my insight for today, and I hope you enjoyed the thoughtful, different way of approaching Clubhouse. Take care, and we'll see you in the next recording.